we really need to start learning more about AI technology and kind of branching out and trying new things.
Mention
And
one tool that should definitely everybody should start using, like Notebook LM.
and the shortages in the different
It's
jobs.
like those are little seeds that the devil likes to plant in young people's mind from they're young, and it hooks them on that. Then like the pornography and all that. The ones that persevere and just follow through, like nothing can stop you. It doesn't matter what field. If you want to do something, you can do it as long as you're willing to just put in the efforts and learn and bring your own unique spin to it. It totally crippled the American stock market in like
Yeah.
hours. Yeah. Crazy.
Hello, everybody. I'm back, and I'm Leslie Chavez presenting Echelon Executive Club. And today's topic is going to be: is AI technology pushing us further or is it pushing us back? So, Samuel, what would you like to say?
Well, I'm a big fan of AI. A lot of people are scared with AI right now. It's definitely going to be taking over a lot of different industries. Already started taking over a lot of industries, but a lot of people are scared that it's going to just replace them. But the thing is, it's not going to replace you if you just calm down, take a breath, and actually learn knowledge. Because right now, AI is at the point where it can't really take your job. It can't really not really take your job. It can't take the place of a human. But humans that use AI are obviously going to be more optimal or more effective than humans that don't use AI, because it just optimizes for different things and just improves your workflow tremendously and allows you to do one person to do multiple things where it used to be like teams of people having to do that one thing. So I'm excited for AI. It's like totally just been a minefield in 2024. I've been researching, have a little Discord of my tools, like just searching up and having the tools together. And it's just, yeah, it's just amazing. It's just like, remember like way back in like 2000 when we were 7 years old, or, well, I don't know how old you were. I was like seven, or no, I was six in 2007. And they had these movies and stuff with the AI technology and Terminator and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're seeing technology that's like close enough to AI. Soon enough, we're gonna actually have like a Jarvis, like what you see in Iron Man and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they already do, but that's interpretive and actually understands what you're saying and is able to give a contextual response and help you in different things. So it's exciting in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, in 2007, I was 4 years old. So, wait, I
Yeah.
did the math wrong. I was three. I was 3 years old. So I didn't really know too much about that. But I do agree that, I mean, AI is not a futuristic concept. This is something that's happening in real life time right now. So all of those like futuristic things that we saw is really happening right now, and there's so many different projects in development with AI, and I feel like we just really need to like advance with it. And even if people do think it might be pushing us back, we still, I mean, the clock is ticking. The clock is never going to stop ticking, and we just need to adapt to all these new things and models that are coming out. So, some statistics that I have because I've been doing my AI research is that 77% of devices being used have some form of AI. So, that can include using Siri and Alexa, which everybody uses. And most of the time, they don't even think, oh, am I using AI technology? Yes, you are. Another statistic is that 63% of organizations intend to adopt AI globally within the next 3 years. And by 2025, AI might eliminate 85 million jobs but create 97 million new ones, resulting in a net gain of 12 million jobs. So, I mean, with those statistics itself, it's showing that we really need to start learning more about AI technology and kind of branching out and trying new things. And if you don't know technology, I mean, we need to get to it. Especially being a part of Gen Z because, I mean, in the workforce now, what they're trying to find is people that know how to work with technology. Because there is a lot of baby boomers that are still in the workforce and they don't know how to use Excel. They don't know how to use a spreadsheet. They don't know how to utilize technology. And that's why they want to hire us. That's why learning about AI technology and being able to learn about Microsoft Suite and all of these different softwares is so important and so vital for your resume, for your portfolio, because that's what we're going to be getting hired for in these firms.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention one tool that I should definitely everybody should start using, like Notebook LM.
What's that?
Notebook LM is a tool that allows you to basically, like, any book, any video, you can put it in there, summarize it, and based on the context of the video, you can ask it questions. Like, teachers can go in there and create whole, like, tests based on, like, what the information in the video is. You can ask it different things about, if it's a YouTube video, about YouTube, like, different optimizations and stuff. So it just helps you with organizing and gathering information, and pulling information, extracting information, and creating documents from, like, you can get like a YouTube video and tell it to create a whole, like, document or like PDF on that video and what it was
Oh,
talking about.
that's really
A lot,
cool.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So those type
What's
of
it
tools
called? You should put it like in the video.
in the
Like
video,
right
yeah,
here.
I'll put it in the video. Yeah, it's a free tool. That's why I mentioned it too. Like,
Let me write that down actually.
yeah, Notebook LM. It's what's blowing up on social media. You'll see it. It's very easy to use too. Very user friendly. So, I recommend y'all start looking at Notebook LM. It'll help you out and see how you can incorporate it into your workflow in no matter what you do. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
a tool like that can help you in whatever aspects.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely, yeah. Even with our homework.
Yeah, even with your homework and, like, with studying, it can help with the study process. It can, like, read out stuff to you. It
Mhm.
it uses Gemini, which is Google's AI
Mhm.
system, kind of like a rival to ChatGPT. Gemini
Mhm.
is really good.
I haven't used Gemini actually.
Yeah, what's cool about Gemini is you can speak to it.
Mhm.
That says, like, voice, and it'll do a voice response.
So I guess it's easier because you don't have to write it down.
Yeah.
But another statistic is that according to Forbes, the most common uses for AI in business are customer service, 56%, cybersecurity and fraud management, 51%, digital personal assistance, 47%, customer relationship management, 46%, and inventory management, 40%. Now, all of these jobs leverage AI for automation, data driven decision making, personalization, and efficiency improvements. And most of these jobs, like, would have a higher demand, such as cybersecurity. I know a lot of people that, you know, wanted to use like their degree in tech for cybersecurity, and I mean, that's why we need to be paying attention to the news and we need to be paying attention to the market as well because I mean, how can we focus on our career development if we don't know what are the demands and the shortages in the different jobs? So, that's something good to know. But I feel like AI technology, I don't know, I feel neutral about it. I like AI technology, but I've been speaking to a lot of professors about AI technology and what's their viewpoints on it. So I have spoken to, and it's also like a diverse um, area or group, I could say, of professors. So we have baby boomers, we have the younger generation. I forgot what's that called. But yeah, and they've all told me like different viewpoints, which have kind of made me
I think it's
understand.
millennials.
Millennium,
Yeah,
millennium,
millennials. Yeah,
yeah.
something like that. It's something like
Yeah,
that.
we need to do our research. But yeah, millennials,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
millennials. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, millennials, they've all had different ideas of what they think about AI. And one of my professors, he is a marketing um, teacher, and he told me, I mean, he was teaching the class about like different AI softwares that you could use to make different advertisements, which is really awesome. And we had to kind of like differentiate if it was a real commercial or a fake commercial. Well, fake, such as like AI technology or whatever. Um, and it was interesting because they look so realistic, and it's like it cuts off so much production time. It cuts off costs too as well for a business using AI. But I mean, we just have to be constantly advancing with the time as well. But another thing that he mentioned was um, OnlyFans, and how there are like AI generated women that are made like in these profiles on Instagram, and it's like realistic looking, but they have these like profiles on Instagram and on social media accounts, and it's just crazy to me because they have like a whole fan base. Of course, men, but I feel like that's crazy. I mean, like, what is that gonna be doing for the perception of people? Like, what is gonna happen to the beauty preferences that people have? Like, there's already so many like beauty standards in society that women and men have to follow. But I mean, if we have like AI profiles and people are having like fan bases off of them, like what is that gonna do
Yeah,
for
it's
people?
crazy. Like
Yeah.
there's actually a story. I haven't like looked at the article myself, but I know some other people have like talked about it. But like somebody like there's this young, I think I don't know which generation. It might be still Gen Z, but on the
Mhm.
younger end, and they took their life because they fell in love with like an AI chatbot. They yeah they fell in love with an AI chatbot, and to be close to them, like they took their own life. So that was a crazy story, but gives you the shocking realities of like what how bad it can be, especially with
Mhm.
young people growing up in this like confusing world, and the young people are targeted the most because well, I believe in I'm a Christian, so I believe in like the light and the darkness and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I believe it's just like those are little seeds that the devil likes to plant in young people's mind from they're
Mhm.
young, and it hooks them on that. Then like the pornography and all that, and
Mhm.
then it troubles them their entire life, pretty much. That's why it's rare when you find somebody like that's like untainted by like social media and stuff. They're so alive,
Yeah,
and that's because they never got tainted by that comparison game, and they're not comparing themselves to anybody else. They're just being who
I
they are.
agree. I agree
So
completely. I mean, even with like, well, like you were saying about like lightness and darkness, if you think about it, like the younger generation is always going to be like the most spiritually sensitive. So they're going to be targeted the most. That's why children are usually targeted the most, and women as well, because we are more spiritually in tune with our bodies and with our emotions. So we do get targeted the most for that. But let's not speak about that right now. Um, but I do agree as well. Like people that you meet that are just not hooked on social media really are like more lively, and they're able to like have that intellect and really like form a conversation with people about real world things, because I feel like there's a lot of brain dead people, you know, which is not our fault. I mean, social media is made to be addicting. social media is made to just grasp onto your attention and just make you waste your time. Like Instagram, the reason that like they have like they made it like where you can only swipe like to the, what is it,
Like up and
to
down.
the left? No, to the left. Is because I believe that like tricks your brain into like hitting like something in your brain, like in your brain receptors, where it's like addicting and like you want to keep going. That's why you keep scrolling to the left and also like to the right, and also like double tapping too. Like all of those things are used meticulously to have you addicted to your phone.
Yeah, it's to hit your dopamine receptors
Mhm.
in your brain, and yeah, dopamine is a big thing. That's something I was looking into a lot. You know,
Mhm.
your dopamine receptor, and it affects you. It affects your mood for the day. Like and like when you're oversaturated, it's like you always want that high. That's why they say social media can be like a drug. It really
Mhm.
can be, and like you need it. Like yeah, people wondering where their phone at and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, it definitely is good stuff to talk about. We're just learning about it. Obviously, they didn't know the impacts of what it would do, or you know, or if it can be a conspiracy theorist, maybe some people did, and they wanted it to be like that. But hold on, we don't know.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, but like I said, I'm still neutral about AI technology. I need to do more research. It is good because it gives, I mean, time for people to kind of expand on their creativity. Um, because they might not have to do like that specific job because AI is taking care of it. But I mean, what are we using that time for either way? Like
exactly,
people might just use that time to just go and be on their phone instead of like creating projects. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
It should.
it hurts, but it helps.
Yeah, it helps if you use it as a tool and you don't get sucked into it.
Mhm.
You know, like it can definitely evolve like your creativity, and there's certain things that one person can do today where you needed like an entire team to do. So you're gonna
Mhm.
see like one person movies and stuff like that where they create, and somebody created one person movies before AI. I don't know if you watched Killer Bean. I don't know if you know about Killer Bean on YouTube.
No.
Yeah, that was a 3D movie. So one person animated that entire movie, and so imagine with AI, it can speed up that workflow and stuff.
Mhm.
But also, when you talk about AI being you being neutral about AI and stuff, it all comes down to like in your mind. Like I think people don't realize that they have the power. You know, people like give people other people their power because they're whoever you give your ear to, whoever you listen to, controls your life. So if you're not really internalizing and finding out who you really are and stuff
Mhm.
and like what you're about, you're gonna be kind of directed. You know, but like it's how you think about AI. It doesn't have to be all dooms and gloom, but if people paint that narrative and then the collective
Mhm.
consciousness agrees with that narrative, like if you
Yeah.
don't think about the positive aspects and you only think about the negative, negative is going to manifest because
Yep.
everybody's collectively thinking about the negative, which causes it just to happen because of just the how connected mind body connection, and everybody doesn't realize how every single action each person in the universe everybody makes affects each other. Well, affects each other and it affects the flow of time. Well, not the flow of time, but like the future
Mhm.
in a big way. So it affects the future in a big way, every single action and stuff. So yeah, when I think about it, you just got to think positive about it. Obviously, you got to be concerned about the negative, but it shouldn't outweigh like the optimism and how amazing it can make society be and stuff like this. There's certain basic issues that it's not even AI that people are think AI is going to solve, but it's not going to
Mhm.
solve it. Well, it's down to people. Like sometimes, we do it as humans. Like we want to give away ownership of stuff, but now we got to take ownership and responsibility for our own actions. And the fact is, like, there shouldn't be somebody that's, there shouldn't be anybody that don't have the natural resources and stuff like food and access to all that stuff. Like we're
Mhm.
way past the point technologically that we should be able to provide that and make sure that everybody is getting educated and stuff like that. All that is possible, but people's minds are focused on the wrong things, and a lot of people are selfish. So If you're selfish and if you don't come together collectively, because we have the time to change things, that we can change things, but nobody has the time. Everybody's focused on their own self. There's a few people that start to think about other people, and those are the people that you start to see go up. And then people that see them go up, they're like, "Yeah, you were lucky." And I'm like, "No, what? They suffered and did all this. They did everything
I
selflessly,
agree.
and they made it
I
up
agree.
there."
This is not what we're talking about, but let's talk about it. I really hate, these are the most pessimistic, mediocre people that would say, oh, people are lucky. Oh, they got this because they're lucky. No, they didn't. They got that because they worked their off. That's why. Because they're sitting there, they're doing the work. They're doing the things behind the scenes that you don't see. Just little things like connecting with your, like, I'm going to use myself as an example. Like, connecting with your professors, not just because you want a better grade, but because you want to learn more about them and you want to learn how you can get better and how they can help you, is already like something that most of the percent is not doing in school, because they're not thinking it's important, because nobody wants to do the work. And then they get mad when so said professor is helping the student, is constantly reaching out to that student, giving them references and giving them internship opportunities and job opportunities, and thinking about said person, because they see that they're determined. They see that they have ambition. They see that that person is doing what most other people aren't doing. And that's what's gonna have you win. I mean, and there's so many other things as well that people don't like think about, that they just think about that, about being lucky. Luck is not real. You make your own luck. Period.
Facts.
You make your own luck. So
Yeah,
all of that
yeah.
is like so whack. Like, I really don't.
Yeah,
That's
let's
really
get back
whack.
on point. You're right. I kind of drifted it off point, but yeah, the point is, yeah. So you should be optimistic about and not like shy away from the technology, but start to see how, like, make sure you that dive in. You have the potential. You have the intellect. Don't doubt yourself. Like whatever narrative you play in your mind, that's what's going to affect you. Like the
Yeah.
words and the things that you speak. But you should be learning this stuff and advancing yourself with the technology as time progresses, because it's only going to get more exponentially
Mhm.
like crazy. So
Mhm. Yeah. Like, I
and
still need to learn how to work Excel, but
yeah,
please don't tell anybody.
yeah. Nothing is saturated.
No, I don't think I should have said that.
But
Anyways, back to AI
no,
technology.
Excel I
So
think has some AI incorporated into it
no,
still.
but I need to learn how to do that. Like, either way.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, what? Oh, yeah,
um.
because business admin.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Oh, yeah. I see.
But I mean, it's something good to learn. Like, I want that. Like, I want to learn that. So yeah, back to AI technology. Um, I mean, it's good, but I would still need to say I need more research, way more research. And let's talk about DeepSeek and NVIDIA and all of these things. So, if most of you guys don't know, DeepSeek is like, is it a Chinese
Yeah, it's a Chinese
Chat
app. I
GPT
I heard.
that was made with like what, less than $1 million?
Yeah, it was a couple of college students from China that put it together, and it totally crippled the American stock market and like
Yeah.
hours. Crazy.
Yeah,
And
my
they released it
investments were
perfectly.
going crazy.
They released it right after the inauguration, so perfect timing to
Mhm.
just to play even more on American Fair and like whatever and FOMO and all that.
Mhm.
So it's all it's very psychological what they did, but at the same time, some people like it because China has been known for like stealing from America, making it cheaper and more
Mhm.
accessible to everybody. So no, DeepSeek
I mean,
is
yeah.
it tested itself, it built itself off of ChatGPT 4.0. So it tested ChatGPT and it built it. They built it from that, and they didn't think China had the resources or the chips and the technology necessary to create a powerful AI like that. And well, they did it for some college students, came together, built it, and now it's a powerful AI. Somebody made a chatbot with DeepSeek, and that week, like it earned that chatbot, like traded and earned like a 100,000, I think. That yeah. So they created their own like AI investor, So like a bot that can invest for
That's
them.
awesome.
Yeah, trading bots they call them. Yeah, with
That's
DeepSeek.
awesome.
So that's an open source, and anybody has access to it. So it's crazy times. But that woke up at the American economy because now they're like, oh, they thought America was just going to be riding the wave as the
Yeah.
AI leader in the boards.
Mhm.
No, China is right there, and it was just a wake up call to America and to people out there. A lot of people don't realize the opportunities that are out there. But I say get into a lot of coding and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then some people be thinking that spaces are saturated. Nothing is saturated. Like people look at the numbers and the statistics and try to like rationalize in your mind. But
Mhm.
if you have the if you have the willpower and if you know and you just develop that work ethic, you there's no limit on you. It doesn't matter what the statistics are. It's up to you because you're gonna be willing to do the work. So the no industry, nothing, none of your dreams, none of that stuff is saturated. You can do anything. The possibilities have only expanded, and there's room for whoever wants it. You know.
I agree.
So
So, but what do you think about statistics then?
I think that statistics and data. It depends on the type of data, but when I'm talking about when it comes to like success levels and the probability of you being successful in a field,
Mhm.
people you can't just look at the statistics. You got to look at what the successful people did. Because just like in life, most people just coast. Like so you have to look at what the actions of the people that's in there. It's not the statistics is just a representation of because like some people just quit. And if you
Mhm.
quit, you're not gonna make anything.
Right.
So it's the ones that persevere and just follow through. Like nothing can stop you. It doesn't matter what field. If you want to do something, you can do it as long as you're willing to just put in the efforts and learn and bring your own unique spin to it. It's expansive. It's like Blue Ocean. I haven't read that book yet, but I know it's Blue Ocean Strategy. It's like people think like in the confines of the narratives that they grew up in. So you guys
Mhm.
thinking. So you think small because maybe like I grew up in like a middle class family in Jamaica. So you just think on a certain level. I didn't expand my mind to certain things until I got to college and I got a networking and I meet different people and I'm like, I know my mind has expanded. It used to be crazy to me that you could just meet a celebrity in New York just like that in the city,
Mhm.
just willy dilly, just over the street. That used to be crazy to me, but my perception expanded, and that's the same thing with narrative constructs that the government, like the government, but in general, they push in the media and stuff, and people take that on, and then they limit their own selves.
Of
But
course.
the fact is, like, it's all in your mind. You can expand bigger than you can even imagine. So,
I mean, yeah, especially even speaking about demographics, like your age, your gender, your race, your ethnicity, and like we've been set so many different limitations. Um but really, like I don't, like, of course there is race stuff going on and people face discrimination, and now there is going to be more discrimination more than ever happening, especially with the DEI policies that are trying to be taken away. And yeah, but I feel like what you said is true. Like, we shouldn't think about none of those things to try to limit ourselves. Like, just because you grew up in Jamaica with a middle class family doesn't mean that you're different from the other person in the other room. Like, you might bring things differently than somebody else. You might have attributes that that person doesn't have, but that they need. for their business or to work together, or they see something in you that they don't have. You know what I mean? So I feel like everybody is so unique in their own ways, and they have so many different hidden talents and like work ethics. And yeah, I just feel like diversity is a beautiful thing that we should all learn to cherish and take account for,
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
guess.
Let's bring back Black Wall Street. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's different opportunities. The only trap is just your mind and mentally, and that's what the news is really there, and what they push in the narrative. It just they try to constrain your own mind, and put a bunch of like mental shackles on you when there really is none, and we are the people outweigh the whoever is in office or whoever, whatever political leaders. Yeah, people in communities and people coming together can do way more than just one person in
Mhm.
office can do, but people just don't realize it, you know. So